Sketch at short Technomag YouTube video. Today we're at Securico headquarters where we're just training the organization at a luncheon. Today they're actually celebrating their 16 years of existence, and it has surely been a long journey that they've traversed. And today we are so much honored to have the founder and the managing director of the company, Ms. Tonderai Ndhlukula. Ma'am, thank you so much for taking your time to join us here.
Thank you very much and welcome to Ebenezer House.
Thank you.
Securico headquarters.
Thank you so much, ma'am. We feel so much honored and welcomed here. Back some few minutes, we heard you speak briefly on the journey that you have managed to traverse as Securico. I think also for the benefit of our viewers here on YouTube, but I think we just need to know just a bit on the background on who is Securico, how did Securico start, and the journey that you managed to traverse so far?
Well, Securico is what you see today, all the 4,000 people that are internal stakeholders of Securico, our employees, and of course our customers out there. I can't number them because there are far too many. And our other stakeholders, be the suppliers, be our cheerleaders, be people that support us in the various ways. For us, that is all Securico. And it started as a small dream, but a very big vision in my home some 16 years ago, just to give value to a service that we thought needed a bit more hashing up. The business idea came about because we saw that there was need to give a bit of professionalism than what was prevailing on the market at the time. So it was mainly due to the fact that the people that worked in the industry did not believe in the work that they were doing. They had low self-esteem because society used to look down upon cards. But I said, if we inculcate a sense of a pride in what these people do, it's going to be a game changer. And certainly, it certainly did transform the whole industry. People are now happy and proud to be working as a security operatives. And that's in brief, that's how we've come this far. We've just come this far because we believe in giving value to our employees, ensuring that we motivate them, we retain them, we treat them well, they get their salaries on time, and in turn they are able to give value to our customers. And that is given us the growth that we've enjoyed so far.
Okay, I think what actually also inspired me is during that luncheon, 2011 in Namibia, I saw you side by side with Sir Richard Branson. It's one of the people that we actually look up to is upcoming entrepreneurs also. For you to have that award 2011, I think just briefly, if you can just spread the excitement also with our Zimbabwean viewers there, what happened, what made you deserve to get that prestigious African award?
Well, it was not in Namibia, it was in Nairobi.
Nairobi, sorry.
Yes. Africa Award for Entrepreneurship is an award that is run by Legatam Group in the Omedia Network. I'm sure you know Pierre and his wife. They run the philanthropic, for entrepreneurship across Africa. So there is this award that is open to all entrepreneurs. The category that I won this at the time was only one category, where they were awarding companies that have got a turnover of anything between 5 and 50 million. Entrepreneurial led, and they looked at various issues: people development, community impact. They look at growth. They look at the astutedness of the entrepreneur. They look at the company, the way the company is grown. What are the success factors that is made it grow? And the competition was based on that. 3,200 companies, I believe, entered at the time. And low and below, a Zimbabwean company came up tops in the middle of one of the harshest.
Much to applause from the whole congregation.
Yes,
you saw from the video.
Yes, in a very difficult environment. So it is that tenacity that they looked at. It is the business planning. I had forward-looking strategies that we have in this organization the people development, the impact that we have in the community, the sustainable issues that we deal with on a day-to-day basis, making differences in people's lives, whether they are people that work here or people that are out there. So that is how we won that award. And for us, we really flew the Zimbabwean flag high because people always look at Zimbabwe as one of those countries that is God for, I don't know, people think we have been God forsaken, and yet we have got brilliant entrepreneurs in this country. And young upcoming entrepreneurs like you are coming up every day, and people are doing wonderful and amazing things in a country where the economic environment is not so good.
Okay, I think back to our main focus, the technological sector. How you also have managed to improve and change the way we do technology, and I think we've been doing it all around. We've been seeing a lot of ICT-based technological implementation that you are doing. I think we may just need to just go briefly back. I understand that you were not necessarily an ICT-based security company before you got into a certain company. I think if we just shed light into that, when you managed to be an ICT-based security company, when you got into that other company, and how the whole thing transpired and where you are today.
I think our focus, has always been going technology, because that is the trend in anything and everything that is happening in business today. Just acquiring a company was part of and parcel of what we had always been doing and what we had endeavored to do.
Okay.
So when you look at even the way we deploy gases, you might have seen, we now deploy technologically. The way we manage them, we deploy them technologically. In terms of installations, we have done major installations of internet-based surveillance systems on banks in mines, where you can literally view your business, even if you are in San Francisco on your phone. So we have really, we keep researching as we move in terms of technology, because that is the trend, and that is the world has become high-tech in anything and everything we do. So for us, our business is also highly technological. People look at cards and they think they're just cards. There's a lot of technology, even in just managing the cards, even in just deploying it, giving the service to the customer.
But what do you think has been lagging, especially I think from my own perspective, Securico, we don't usually really perceive Securico as a highly technological innovative company. If you've been a bit lagging on the marketing, if you've not been saying much on how you are innovating these technological things, I think we've seen a lot of technological solutions that we're actually shocked to see that you're actually offering. How come you are not, the market, should I represent it, is not fully aware of all these solutions that you're offering? What has been the major challenge?
Well, I can certainly say the market in certain segments are fully aware. That is why we're already doing a lot of work in security technology in some of the customers that we work with in sectors like the mining, like the banking. But the average person on the street might be not aware. This is why we've got an open week like this, where we invite everyone, or people that might not be aware of some of the things that we are involved with, to say, this is what we are, this is what we do. There's been a bit of write-ups in the media, in the papers that we do, but perhaps, people might have been missing it. But I think, as you say, we need to do a lot more work to ensure that we highlight all this to the market out there, so that they are more aware of what we do. Perhaps we have more open days, perhaps we have roadshows, and so on. So ICT Expo, we normally also exhibit and we also showcase, but maybe it's different, because when you see ICT, us at the ICT Expo, it's different from when you come here at our headquarters. I'm sure when you went into our control rooms, you're actually seeing live things that are happening.
Yes.
So I think maybe opening our offices more to more stakeholders is maybe the way we should be going.
I think I'd also want to commend you on the pricing structure that you've managed to implement. I saw that most of the security consumables that you actually have, there are things that almost every SME or even house owners can actually afford to have that kind of a technology.
Absolutely. An alarm system. We've got an alarm system which you can usually get installed for $200.
Imagine.
We've got surveillance systems, that is CCTV system, a 4-channel which you can put in your shop or even in your home for less than $1,000.
Yes.
So technology is actually advanced,
It's an evolution.
but it's coming cheaper.
Yes,
That is the
yes.
beauty about technology.
Definitely.
It's advancing, it's moving ahead, but the costs are actually coming down.
For,
Yes.
for almost everyone.
Absolutely. It's very affordable to anybody. It's that I think there's this myth that these things are expensive. They are not.
Definitely. I used to think that so inaccessible and very much
maybe we should do a lot more work in terms of educating people about them. Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I think maybe last but not least, before we just quickly shut down this interview, I understand that you've got a local and international accolades, especially locally on the ICTs. If you can just speak briefly on those ones, what do you think managed to make you have some few ICT awards that you have recently managed to have and the recognition? What has been the secret behind this?
Well, I think if it's specifically on ICT, it's the technological advancement you have seen that we've been working on, researching on, and implementing. That's how we've been recognized as one of those companies that are really ICT focused. And certainly we've won awards in that regard. For the other awards, I think it's also the way we run this company, the way we manage this business, the way obviously we have grown from underdog not long ago in a market where there were much bigger forces that have been in the game for 30 years.
How did you manage to come up tops from an economy that already had other players fully filled up in such an ecosystem? How did you manage to come up and then you are recognized? I understand you're one of the powers, especially on the security side.
Well, I think, as I said before, it's really the people. For me, it was just a vision that I just ensured that I want people that I recruited. We trained them well. We selected the best people that would buy into the vision that I had. And we motivate people well enough so that they can give their best. When they give their best, the market notices and we are bound to grow. That's how we grow.
When you look at the market right now, what percentage can you say you actually have on the market share on the security company?
No, I can't say. I will not be able to say the percentage because our security sector is very diverse. There are people who are small, there are people who are large, there are people who are not registered, there are people who are registered, but it's all the security sector. But what I can safely tell you that we are in the top 3 in terms of market share. Certainly we are in the top 3. I can't say we are at number 1, 2 or 3, but certainly we are in the top 3 in market share. But in service delivery, I'm proud to say we are at the top. Yeah, in terms of service, there's no question about it, because the key accounts that are there on the market, we have them. We are talking about international brands, international corporates that seek uncompromising service level. We've gotten them and they've been very happy and satisfied with our service because we've operated at their standards. Okay.
Maybe last but not least, ma'am, technology versus the conventional businesses. I understand that it costs about $800 for you to have a guard on your premises, and then it's going to cost me only $200 for my house to install an alarm. Are you also not a victim of technology when you see the coming in of technology?
No, we are not a victim because you continue being our customer because we continue monitoring your alarm. At even a low cost for residentials, I think we charge something like $3 to $5 a month to monitor and to be able to respond if there's an activation. So you continue being our customer. It's not as expensive also for us to give you that service as opposed to cutting. It's a lot more expensive. So perhaps the profit margins still remain. A profit that we make from you having a guard or having is the same. Whereas the difference might be that the other is more expensive in terms of what it costs. But when it comes to the profit, it's probably
profit margin is just being maintained.
Yeah.
Interesting. All right, ma'am, I think just before we close, the last words to our viewers, just before we shut down this short YouTube interview, if you have any last words to our viewers.
Well, I think what I can say to the young people out there is dream as much as you can, and you can reach, you can attain anything you want in life. Just believe in yourself. Most importantly, believe that you can do something, and certainly it's the mind that you win first. If you win the mind, you're certainly on your way to attaining.
That's the story from one of Zimbabwe's most successful female entrepreneurs, Miss Divine Ndhlukula, founder and managing director with Securico Zimbabwe. Thank you so much, ma'am, for taking your time to join us, and we are so much honored.
It's my pleasure.
Thank you so much for viewers for taking your time to join us here on www.technomag.co.zw. Hope to see you soon.